Hi everyone, welcome to Craft Time. Let's make a zebra together. Get out your craft supplies and let's get started. All right, in front of me I have my zebra template, which I'm going to be coloring. So I've got the head and the body, the tail and the legs. As well, I have a piece of cardstock, which we will be gluing our zebra onto, and some grass and some yarn and googly eyes. So to start, let's just start coloring in our zebra. Now, zebras are white, but the one thing that they do have is stripes. So I'm going to get out a black marker, and I'm just going to look at my body, which is right here, and I'm going to start putting on some stripes, like so. Now you might do little V's like this, or you might just put lines. Whatever you decide is great. I just like the way that that looks. And I'm going to put them in between as well, like so. So we've got one, and then down here, like teeth almost. We'll go like this, and like this. And I'm going to just color in the black for the stripe. I like that, just like that. Now you might color in your stripes a different color for your zebra, maybe a rainbow color, maybe one or two or three colors. Whatever you decide, I'm sure it will look amazing. I am going to stick to black and finish up the body along with you. Here we go. Just like so. Now, I want to move on to the legs. So I think I'll add some stripes on the legs too. There's one, maybe one over here, and maybe one down here, like that. That's nice. I'm going to put one here, and maybe another one here, a little tiny one, and maybe another one right there. All right. Now take your time. You might decide that you want to add more as you go, and that is perfectly fine. Very nice. I'm going to add a little hoof there because I noticed that there's one missing. Brilliant. What about the head? Maybe I will add a little stripe like that right there. Maybe another one right there. And maybe even one right here. That looks good for now. So let's think about our hair. Now this is the hair. I think I'm going to keep with the same black color, or maybe we'll get a little bit crazy and I'll do pink. Pink on the top part. Why not? I like pink. And I especially like the shade of pink. It really pops. And then this part right here is actually going to go right here. So I'm going to keep it pink. You go ahead and color yours any color you like. Pour that all in. It's looking good. We are going to be cutting this out afterwards. So if you go outside the lines, don't worry about it too much. Wonderful. I like the way that that looks. So for now, let's start cutting. Taking our scissors and very gently just going around. Now luckily, we are going to be gluing on white paper, so you don't have to get super close to your zebra shape because it won't show up. So that's actually a really good outline to cut from. around here, make it a little bit easier, making the paper smaller. And coming on around. I know you are super good at your scissoring now, so I don't have to remind you to watch where your fingers are, because you're already safe. There's my body. Let's take this for recycling later. Now we've got this really cool hair. I'm going to go around it like so. That's neat. And the top of the head. Like so. Perfect. I'm going to keep this one to the side. I'm still thinking about whether or not I want to put that on or if I want to use my yarn. And again, this is our craft, so we can do whatever we like. Perhaps you have something else around the house or in your craft box that you'd prefer to decorate with. That sounds good to me. Make it your own. Experiment and see what yours will look like. So we've got the second leg here. Cutting it slow enough that I mind my fingers. Got 2 more. We could even color in our hooves actually once we have everything glued on. And my last one. There we go, around, and done. Great job on the cutting. Now that we've colored our pieces and cut them out, we can look at where we want to place them. So let's start with our body. I'm going to put it in the middle of the page. Take our head, maybe something like this. I want to leave a little bit more room at the bottom because I'm going to be adding grass afterwards. So I'm going to make sure that my ear is as close to the top as I can get it. Then we've got the back leg. But since our zebra is standing sideways, I want to put one of the legs underneath his body, like so. Then it looks more realistic. Also on this side, put it underneath, and then put this one on top. And that looks really great. And then of course we'll add our hair, which will look super silly. And we'll go like that. So now I know where my placement's going to be. I'm just going to move these pieces off. So see what I did there, and I left this. I'm going to take my glue, and I'm going to glue on my front leg, like so. Let's make sure our body fits like that. Perfect. I'm going to take it, glue on my back leg, like so. And now I'm going to glue on my body. I'm going to put all the glue on that we need. And of course my purple glue will dry clear when I'm done. Very nice. Now I'm going to grab my head, do the same thing, and just glue on all my parts. All the parts of the zebra. Like that. Make sure the ear is on there. I can do the hair now too. Super fun. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Let's do my front leg. And my back leg. Wonderful. It's looking good. And then of course, let's not forget this funny little piece of hair that looks so cool right there. Now, I think since my hooves need some coloring, I'm actually going to color them in pink to match the hair. Why not? You could do rainbow or the same color as you did your hair, or you could do them black. You could do polka dots or stars. Whatever feels good to you, you do that. Now we are missing a tail, so we can either color this one in, or I found some yarn, and I was thinking that my zebra would look really cool with a yard tail. So I'm going to just take a little bit like that and just do a couple of these. I don't need all of it, so I'll put this to the side. Now I could tie a knot, or I can just make it easy on myself and put a little bit of glue like so, and then start playing with my yarn to see how best to stick it. It's totally up to you. You can play with it together, see what works, what doesn't work. Maybe you'll try to put it on and it won't stick. Maybe you prefer to use the paper. Maybe you want to use some tape, but this seems to be working. And again, we don't need to use everything. We're just going to use as much as we need. You could even put some more on the top, like so. Wonderful. All right, that actually does look really neat. So I have a piece of paper here that I wanted to put my zebra on some grass, but it feels a little bit too tall for me. So I think I'm going to take this and cut it down the middle. I don't need that piece, but this piece looks great. Yeah, that feels good to me. So you know how we make grass. We just take our scissors and very carefully cut halfway down. Okay, we do not want to cut all the way down because we want to keep it in one long piece. So you can see already that the grass is going to be able to curl up very nicely, and we're going to do it all the way down. Perfect. Now we're just going to crunch it a little bit to show the grass, and we're going to take our glue, put it right on the bottom. That's all we need right there. That's plenty. And we're going to take our grass and we're going to sit it right on the bottom of the page, like so. That is so cute. How do you feel about yours? I bet it's amazing. I'm going to take my googly eye. I'm just going to put my googly eye right there. And I think while we're here, I'm just going to add another stripe right here, and maybe another one right here. And you can go on through and add as many as you'd like. And I'll add a little nose. This would be a good time to maybe add a sunshine. You know I love to add smiley faces to pretty much everything because it just feels good. And because I use marker, I'm just going to use a crayon to fill in my sunshine so that it doesn't smudge because it's still wet. I'm just going to add a little bit of happiness all the way around. And you can add more. You could add hills, you could add houses, you could add trees, whatever your heart desires. Just go ahead and put it on the page. This is your craft. And when you're done, hopefully you feel as good about yours as I do of mine, because that turned out really well. What a cute little craft we did together on the letter Z. Z for zebra. I hope you like the way that yours turned out. I can't wait to see your photographs. I'll see you next time.